Hi, Jen here with Moose Mushrooms and Mud. I'm a wildcraft guide located in Prince George, British Columbia in northern BC, and today we're going to be making a bog cranberry and fir creme brulee using bog cranberries and fir needles from the subalpine fir. If you are a fan of creme brulee and cranberries, I would suggest you try out this recipe, and it may become your new holiday favorite around the holidays. There are two parts to this recipe. The one is the cranberry sauce and the other part is the custard sauce of the creme brulee. I suggest we start off with the custard sauce because we have to infuse the fir needles into the cream, and the longer the infusion, the more intense or flavorful the fir flavor. While we are infusing our fir and cream, we can start on the cranberry sauce and using those frozen cranberries or fresh cranberries to get it to that sauce stage. I have my 1/2 cups of fir needles in my 2.5 cups of whipping cream. And I have the stovetop setting on number 5. So you want a low to medium heat. And we're going to let this cook for about 15 minutes, just stirring often. We don't want the cream to burn at all. And after about 15 minutes, we're going to turn our stovetop to a very low setting, perhaps setting 1. And the idea is we can just let it slowly infuse that fir flavor into the cream. While our fir and cream are cooking and infusing, we can start making the cranberry sauce. And the cranberry sauce is very much like how you would make a cranberry sauce at Christmas time or Thanksgiving. These bog cranberries act the same way when making a cranberry sauce. So I have my sugar and my water in here, and we're just gonna cook that down until these cranberries start popping and makes that classic cranberry sauce that we're used to. So after about 15 minutes of cooking on medium heat, I now have this wonderful bog cranberry sauce. If you find that there's still some whole cranberries in there, just take your spoon and press against the edge of the pot and it'll snap them, pop them open, make it more saucy. Once you're happy with the texture of your cranberry sauce, it's now time to add them to your ramekins or whatever you're going to use. I find that these 125 ml jars work great for these creme brulees. And what you're going to do is add about 2 tablespoons of sauce per ramekin. And then you're going to set them aside. It's been about 30 minutes that the fir and the cream have been infusing. I can smell the fir quite nicely. And now it's time to strain it. You want to strain it in something that can hold 3 cups or more. I'm just going to strain it here. Okay, once that's done, you want to check for how many cups you have. What we need is 2.5 cups of cream. And as you can see, through evaporation, we do not have 2.5 cups anymore. So we are take regular whipping cream and fill it to 2.5 cups. So now that we strained the fir out of the cream and added enough cream to make 2.5 cups, we will actually take a cup out of that, and all we need is 1 cup, and we're going to add it to a pot, and we're going to heat that cream up until it just starts to bubble. While that cream is heating up, we can actually move on to part of our custard. So in this bowl I have 10 egg yolks, and I have set aside the amount of sugar that I need. And all we're going to do is add the sugar to the egg yolks and just whisk it together until it's just nice and smooth. My cream has started bubbling, and now I'll add the hot cream to the egg yolk and sugar mixture. And I'll just do it slowly and keep whisking as you do it. Once you have whisked in all the hot cream into your custard mixture, you're going to add the rest of the remaining cream. Okay, now we have our mixture, our custard mixture, ready for the ramekins. Okay, once you have filled your ramekins or your dessert cups or your little canning jars, or whatever you decided to use that is oven safe, place them in a shallow baking dish and add about 1 inch of very hot water to the bottom. And then you're going to place it in the oven that should have been preheated already to 325, and you're going to bake until about 35 to 40 minutes until the centers are set, and the centers will be slightly soft. Okay, it's been 40 minutes and the custard has set. Now what we do is we just leave this on the oven top for about 10 minutes, and after 10 minutes we will transfer the ramekins into the fridge and let it set until it's completely cool. Once it's cool, then we can take them out and do the caramelized sugar topping. My little pots of custard sauce and cranberry sauce are completely cooled now, so I sprinkle the tops with a little bit of sugar. The next step is to caramelize the sugar on the top. Now there's two ways to do this. You can use a little butane torch, or you can place them in the shallow baking dish with the water removed, and you can place it in the oven under a broil setting to caramelize the top. If you choose to use the oven and broil the tops, you have to watch it very carefully because every broiler is slightly different from one oven to the next. So you're going to watch it so you don't burn your sugar on the top. You just want to caramelize it and not burn it. So for the butane torch, you're just going to start it, and you're just going to go around the sugar, start melting it. Doing it this way can actually take a lot longer time. Maybe perhaps you have a larger butane torch at home. For me, I just got this one, so I'll probably just do a few like this and I'll put the rest in the oven. Maybe I'm putting the rest in the oven right now. Okay, that decision has been made for me. Here we have the finished creme brulees. Because I ran out of fuel in the butane torch, I had to do the rest underneath the broiler. I did it on high, and I kept the door open actually so I could see my sugar caramelizing and that it wouldn't burn. And I worked in small batches. And you can hear that we have created that hard topping that is associated with the creme brulees. Well, there we have it. We made our bog cranberry and fir creme brulee. I hope that you have a chance to make it one day and that it becomes a new family favorite in your home. Happy holidays.